Now y'all see how they kicked me out of the room? How they cut that video? Y'all saw how they cut that video? We were going strong on that video, and they cut that video. They do not want you to know the truth, because that video had a lot of truth to it. They don't want you to know the real truth, but I got to keep you woke. I got to keep you alive, and I got to keep it straight and keep it 100. Because if I do not do this, this is what's going to happen to our community. And this is what's happening right now. They shutting us down. They don't want us to see the real truth. Did you see how they cut that video? How many of you guys were watching out there saying, what the hell? This is crazy. But see, our voices are being muted. Our voices are being shut off. They don't want us to talk to each other. That's why we're saying, you know what, we need to pull out. Because they took that video and they stuck with it and they stopped it. Did y'all see how they took that video down? Well, I exposed the combination of all those videos. They do not want us to talk to one another. And it is up to us to spread the word. And we need to get off this technology bullshit and go back to the streets and do underground railroads. Because the more you speak the truth, the more they shut you out. The more you speak up and expose them, the more they realize you're getting smart. They want you to be like that monkey in that video. They want you to be like that monkey where you saw monkeys and faces of black people. Yeah, they shut us down. You saw that. Thank you, Pam and Carol, for coming on back in, and me, I am. Thank y'all for coming back in. I appreciate it because I got to expose the name again. I saw you. I saw you making comments, and Henry Brown, thank you so much for your $2 donations. I saw your donation before. See, I had to come back in because I don't want y'all to think they just gonna shut me out like that. I've been too hard, lived too long to be dealing with the bullshit. And the longer we deal with the bullshit, the longer we sit back and let it happen. But I'm gonna let you know now, truth to self, y'all need to start congregating in your communities. You need to start going on ADOS pages or Black Foundational Black People and start coming together. Go to the Urban Game Changer pages on Facebook, sign up. We got to get the truth be known out there because like Patricia's saying, truth will set you free, will make you free. And they do not want to be made free. Did you see how they shut that video down? They messing up. Black people and white people, they messing you up. They do not want you to know the real truth because if you start speaking the real truth, then they're going to cut you out. So I want to give you some more words to live by and to be conscious of. The more you keep your mind shut off from the reality, the more you'll be living like a drone. The more you shut yourself off from reality, because we cannot have our community living in an unreal lifestyle. Because the more we do, we're down to 13%. You're down to 13%. 13% of the freaking population. That's all you are. I put the link out there. Anybody want to come in and talk about this last video we done? And you gonna let them do that to you? The eugenics all the way down to beat you with the street. They in the streets beating us right now. In Africa, in America, what the Asian communities are doing, with the nail salons, in the barbershop. You gonna let them do that to you? That's all I want to know, because to me, it's a bunch of bullshit. It just gets old and tiresome, and it's not fair. And it's only fair for them. It does not work in our best interest. It doesn't. It doesn't keep it safe for us, and it will not keep it safe for us. But I'm telling you, despite if they take the videos down, we know enough to start talking in private homes and get offline. Get offline. Because the more you learn in the stores, the more you'll start seeing how they treat you. We ain't gonna move forward, people. We cannot move forward as a nation of people if you're going to let Asians and white people and social media shut your voice out, shut your voice down, treat you like an animal, look at you like an animal, post you online like an animal. What the hell is that about? What the hell is that about? Arrest you, put you in jail. You don't wake up and come back out anymore. Well, the only reason you putting up with this is because you allow it to be. You allow it to be. I'm going to show you another video. I'm on a roll. And they're going to probably take this one down too. Who gives a fuck? I'm going to go ahead and show you something else. I'm going to show you another one. I'm not done. I don't care if it's late. Anybody got to go to work tomorrow? Oh, that's right. We in quarantine. What the hell? I got to show you another video. I want to show you another video. That's just crazy. It's crazy to me. Where'd that video go? It's crazy to me. Hold on. Just had it. Because I want you to see how in our community, you know, this is how we've been. Oh, this is it. Okay, this is it. Hold on. I got to come back to it. I found it. Found it. Just as they say, found it. Let me take this out so y'all can see it. Take that off. Okay, look at this video here. Now you tell me, who the hell would let this happen? I don't know why these people like to strike their hands on us. Why do you like to touch us Asian people? I don't know, but they do. Back to Phil.
Every week we're seeing videos come out of a lot of Asian-owned businesses. And in these Asian-owned businesses, they are putting hands on Black women in particular. Now, in this video, you have a Black woman working at an Asian-owned business, and they having a disagreement because the wife had made a mistake, and then the husband is going to come and say that, well, the Black woman should pay for the mistake out of her money, but the customer is recording. He's going to explain it to the guy, but I want you to watch what happens.
No, ma'am, you don't need to pay for it. She needs to pay for it. You made the mistake. She made the mistake. It's not her, sir. It's honestly not her fault. Oh my God, I got it on camera, and you assaulted her. You just hit her. You need to get a lawyer, ma'am. He just assaulted you, and I got it on camera. He just hit you. Why are you talking to me? Wait. That's your boy, right? You just assaulted her. And you assaulted her. She made the mistake. It's not her, sir. It's honestly not her fault. Oh my God, I got it on camera.
See, they like to put their hands on you. I don't understand how these people come from another culture, come to this country, come into our community, and we let them, and they only put Black people in front because they know we got to serve our own people. But see, he's the manager. See how he's got a different shirt. See, blue represents we are normal. These are hot red people. The red people, they work for us. They work for us. But we the blue people. We separate from these people, and they're going to do what we said. We sell fried food, and they're a nigga. So you can slap them, you can kick them, you can do whatever you want to them.
And you assaulted her. You just hit her. You need to get a lawyer, ma'am. He just assaulted you, and I got it on camera. He just hit you. Why are you talking to me? Wait. That's your boy, right? You just assaulted her. You just assaulted her. You just assaulted her. You just hit her. You snatched. You just put your hands on her. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. Press charges. As soon as the cops get here, press charges ensue. You hit her. You hit her. Everybody see it. Did you see her hit him? Did you, ma'am? Did you see him hit her? Employees, did you see him hit her? You just hit her. You assaulted her, sir. I'm calling the cops on you.
Now, it's many issues in this video, but let's get to just the obvious. Now, this guy is actually highly abusive. He beats on his wife. I'm telling you, because any dude that could put his hand on a woman, he beating his wife, or any female that comes along in his house. Trust me on that. Now, he sat up there and hit this woman in front of everybody. And that's not his first time hitting somebody, because nobody like flinched. Nobody like, oh my God. And they was kind of like, one thing, that's something that he did.
No, he does that. No, he's exactly right. And the employees are used to this man being physical with them, but they need a job. See, you have allowed them, the Black community, to come in. Again, this video correlates with the last one, which they took me down, and that's all right. I don't give up. This is not what I do for a living. I ain't worried about YouTube trying to feed my family, because I don't do this for a living. But, they don't like InfoWar. They don't like Alex Jones. And Alex Jones has been exposed on a lot of shit. That's why everybody on the social media platform is taking him down. But I had to let you know that video was pertinent to bring that one in there with eugenics and how they use us. You can't allow these people in your community where they disrespect you. But see, they're used to disrespecting people. That's why I want you to see they're used to disrespecting people.
He hit one of y'all. I'll tell you what, couldn't be me. Because I'll tell you, that hand he hit me with, I'd have broke that same hand. Trust me on that. I like to maim people. I believe in that. You put your hands on me, you will remember that. But the thing is, You got the dude that's standing there recording. Now, it should just be a reflex. The moment he did that to her, he should have picked something up and threw it at the dude and say, hey, you hit on a woman. It's just that simple. Then you got black people standing there. He asking, you see what happened? And like, yeah, the lady said, yeah, but it was kind of so nonchalant. Like, why is black people, this goes back to you. And please tell me why. Why do you put up with the abuse of everybody?
That's what I say.
Like, you show me and you show the world that you like abuse. Number one, you like it. You put up with it from everybody. And they can abuse you and you still go right back to them and give them your money like they're selling you oxygen to breathe.
Now you explain that. I can't even top that. Phil, thank you so much for your insight, because that is really the truth. That's the truth of the matter. You have allowed this. I've said this over and over. You got to be done. We got to be done. This is 2020. This is the coronavirus. This is the coronavirus, and the coronavirus is affecting the world, honey. And there's certain leaders. These white people, let me tell you what the white people are doing. Now I'm going to tell you the white people doing. They are basically out there saying that they want to do a lawsuit against China. Yes, honey. They are saying they're going to do a lawsuit against China. They are not going to sit back. I think Missouri is one of them that said, we are not going to, let me find this article real quick. Missouri says, we are not going to sit back and pander to the needs of these cultural people who have come into America. And basically they are doing whatever the hell they want, however they've made their money through American living. And now look where we at. Look where we at. We hurting in this country. We hurting in this country because what has happened. So there's a landmark actions right now. Let me find the story that was out there. All right. Hold on. Let me find the story. Yeah. You said they're going to press charges. They're suing. They are suing. Let me show you the story. They don't sue China now. Now you got state leaders. See, if you black people ain't gonna do, I told you the colonists ain't putting up with this bullshit. The colonists said we're not putting up with it. Okay? Missouri State has sued China over coronavirus response. Listen to this story. This just came out a couple hours ago. They are not going to allow you to be in their community and come to this country and get money.
Missouri became the first state in the nation to file a lawsuit against Beijing over its response to the coronavirus, which originated in Wuhan, China, and has since infected more than 2.5 million people worldwide. The lawsuit, filed by Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt, in the Eastern District of Missouri, seeks damages to make up for the enormous loss of life, human suffering, and economic turmoil resulting from the pandemic. COVID-19 has done irreparable damage to countries across the globe, causing sickness, death, economic disruption, and human suffering, Schmidt said in a statement. The Chinese government lied to the world about the danger and contagious nature of COVID-19, silenced whistleblowers, and did little to stop the spread of the disease. They must be held accountable for their actions. Advertisement. Schmidt referenced the rising number of coronavirus cases in Missouri, where more than 6,000 people have been infected and more than 220 have died as of Tuesday afternoon.
Let's keep reading. I want you guys to hear the full story on this. This is important because this is setting precedents of what's about to come in the future. I want to wake you up to this.
In Missouri, the impact of the virus is very real. Thousands have been infected and many have died. Families have been separated from dying loved ones. Small businesses are shuttering their doors, and those living paycheck to paycheck are struggling to put food on their table, said Schmidt. Beijing has come under withering criticism from lawmakers in Washington and across the U.S. over allegations that it downplayed the initial extent of the outbreak in China, with many alleging that earlier notifications could have better enabled other countries to prepare. Nearly 24 Republican lawmakers requested Monday that the Trump administration bring a case against China to the International Court of Justice, and several private groups have initiated their own suits against China over the coronavirus.
Hold on. I'll do one more section because I want you to hear this.
Besides damages, Missouri's suit seeks to hold Beijing officially accountable for its alleged concealment of the seriousness of the coronavirus pandemic and its subsequent handling of the outbreak within its borders. Advertisement, an appalling campaign of deceit, concealment, misfeasance, and inaction by Chinese authorities unleashed this pandemic, the suit reads. During the critical weeks of the initial outbreak, Chinese authorities deceived the public, suppressed crucial information, arrested whistleblowers, denied human-to-human transmission in the face of mounting evidence, destroyed critical medical research, permitted millions of people to be exposed to the virus, and even hoarded personal protective equipment, thus causing a global pandemic that was unnecessary and preventable. It continues.
It continues. Now, what you're seeing is this. In Missouri, they're suing China. You have a state, not a country. America is the country we live in, but we have a state suing China. Missouri. Alabama's is about to follow. There's a couple of states that are going to happen. So if you look at the United States, let's do this real quick. Can I smell? We go to the United States. If we look at the United States of America right now, okay, and you look at these states, okay, you got Missouri. Missouri's right here. Word on the street is Alabama, which is right here, is going to follow to Missouri. Now, Trump is the president of these United States. These United States. See, these states, they're united. Trump, the president of the United States, governs over, he is our leader, right, over this. He's already just did he's done a treaty with China right before the coronavirus broke out. Interesting, right? I think the day before, afterward, it came out, this virus, right? And in this virus, we made a deal. We gave China something, they gave us something because it was unbalanced. Trump talks about that. The negotiation from previous administrations, Republican and Democrats, did not work in our best interest. On top of the executive order programs, which I put out there, I'm going to show you this one more time because they took our video down. The White House initiated the Asian Pacific Islanders, which started under Clinton. I'm tying knots. Pay attention, people. You ain't going to work more. Stay away. Clinton, right here, started giving these people money because they started coming here. And so then he added Missouri to company and took it to the next level. So this was the first executive order done from Clinton. Gave it to all these Chinese people, these Asian people. They happy. They've got money. They've got position. They've got power. They've got power, okay? There's power allocated to them. In the meantime, you don't have no power because you nigga. You nigga. That's what you are, right? That's what you are. And then when they got power, they started coming over here in groves. But remember, these people eat bats and dogs and everything else. Not all of them. Again, I'm not trying to put all in this, but I'm saying most of them have come here and they've enforced their lifestyle and their way, working with the public liaison office of the White House and empowering themselves in positions regarding development, economic empowerment, business, education, health, humanity. Are all these things that Black people need? Let me let you read it to you. This is what we need and how these people get it and how they ties in back to what we're talking about.
The White House Initiative on Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders is a United States governmental office that works to empower Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, AAPIs, to improve the quality of their lives, raise the standard of living of their families and communities, and more fully participate in our economy. The initiative also works with the Native Hawaiian community. The initiative collaborates with the White House Office of Public Liaison and designated federal departments and agencies to increase AAPI participation in programs in economic development, commerce, business, education, health and human services, housing, environment, arts, agriculture, labor and employment, transportation, justice, veterans affairs, and community development.
This is called set-asides. Write that word down, set aside. That's what they did. They set aside monies and opportunities allocated to them. That's what the White House did under President Clinton, that Democrat president. And every other president commemorated afterwards. When I told you, Bush, Obama, and so forth to Trump, right? Fast forward, back to the United States of America. Now these people have come in here and they've set up all those things that we talked about: housing, jobs, liberties, all these things that you've given these people extra money on top of their own money coming from their country. What does this do? This leverages them against you. You live here, you don't even get all that. And you black, because you a nigga. You stupid nigga. You monkey man. See, I show you monkey face. You need to get beat up on street. We need to get sticks on you niggas. That's what we do. We don't like you niggas. We do your nails, we infect your fingers. And then we talk about you like a dog in front of your face and you don't even know it. Excluding you Africans. We don't like Africans either. Those African niggas, they're stupid. They're stupid too. See? So Dr. Mumbai was trying to tell you, Phil's trying to tell you, and I'm trying to wake you up to what? To know the real truth. America has been infected with the ideology in these people in our community. You've given them business, you've given them land, and in California, they done bought up the whole damn state. Just call California China, say China. Because right now you have the mayor of Los Angeles say what he's going to do is allocate the state and use China as an example. They're using China as an example. So if California is going to align with China, cut California out, and look at Missouri, watch Alabama, and watch some of these southern and central area states, watch what's going to happen. I'm going to predict this one. They're going to come up with massive lawsuits against China, which is going to force the hand of the president of the United States to renegotiate and look at the treaties that we've set with China right now. Because embargo, write that word down, embargo is going to play a big part. They're going to come in and there could be possibly embargoes against China. And Trump allocated the other day that he's cutting back on them damn visas. He's already said visas are going to be cut. Let's look that up real quick. Y'all forgive me, hold on. Trump visa, let's see. He talked about the visas are going to be stopped. I don't know if I can, what might not come up. I don't see it in here. Make sure you look that up because I saw the video on it and I found that to be interesting. Back to the United States. Let me show you another video. Let me show you the video that I did. God knows what's up anymore. You know, YouTube only likes when you perpetrate and pander to them. Let me show you this video. And I know I showed you this before, but I got to keep bringing it to your attention because he's supposed to come out tomorrow and tell you how allocations are going to be done to California. But I want you to pay attention to what he says. This is the mayor of Los Angeles, of how he's dealing with COVID-19.
That we'll need to see whether people have had coronavirus, and that researchers are still trying to confirm. But early research shows that it probably should provide at least some immunity in the medium term. We're still not sure how this novel coronavirus will act and COVID-19's impact will be. It could be like a cold that you develop some immunity to, and in future years when it either changes or when that immunity wears off.
So what an immunity card is a card that they're saying that you're going to need to work by. Now I want you to listen. He just announced this today. He's at Crenshaw Christian Center, which is out of Los Angeles, which is my home church. They are working in conjunction with Garcetti and the city of Los Angeles now, allowing them to do COVID-19 testing. The immunity card requires blood testing. The blood testing for COVID-19 will be different than the nozzle testing. It's a total different testing that's required. With this immunity card, it'll allow you to have different levels of working.
You could be susceptible again. But if we could have that, it would allow us to, as we've seen in other cities, for instance, in Wuhan, China, they have a green, yellow, and red system. Red means that you...
Whoa. Did y'all just hear this fool say Wuhan, China? Like in other cities, like Wuhan, China. We don't compare America to Wuhan, China. We don't compare a democracy of America to Wuhan, China. But guess what they're doing in California? See, China are people who believe in authoritarianism. Cameras all throughout the community. People who support communism. anti-Christ kind of people. Not all, but most in China are Buddhists. They're not Christians. This country was founded on Christian Judeo values. Let's talk about the history of America. Now let's keep it real. Be Christian or not, that's how the country was founded. It was embedded in marble. But these anti-God people like Gavin Newsom are going to instill laws and invade upon your privacy, which is your constitutional rights. What do you Negroes and white people not understand? That your rights are being invaded upon right now? And he's making it seem very passe. Look, this is for the safety of the community. We're going to have these immunity cards, and we're going to pattern it after Wuhan, China. Did you just not see what Wuhan, China released, this COVID-19? Do you see how one state is pandering to the Chinese community over Wuhan, China, and how another state is saying, oh, hell no, that's got to go. We're not dealing with them. But I want you to see this pandering man again. Our city and the city of Los Angeles are allowing them to do COVID-19 testing. The immunity card requires blood testing. The blood testing for COVID-19. Now, why would you do blood testing? Explain that to me. You making people do extra blood testing? What else are you doing with my blood? What else are you testing for with my blood? How do I know when you prick me, you ain't infecting me? How do I know when you prick me, you ain't inserting some type of chip in me? How I know that? How do I know that? But you're going to come to my community because my community don't say nothing. We don't say nothing. We just take it because we're supposed to. Team will be different than the nozzle testing. It's a total different testing that's required. With this immunity card, it'll allow you to have different levels of working.
If you could be susceptible again. But if we could have that, it would allow us to, as we've seen in other cities, for instance, in Wuhan, China, they have a green, yellow, and red system.
Now, green, yellow, and red system, like in Wuhan, China. You tell me why we need these kind of systems. I thought we were supposed to be opening up. I thought the theme was open up America again. But as you can see in this leisure state of California, the leaders ain't opening up nothing. We got to wear the mask, we got to wear the gloves, and now we got to be blood tested in California. These people are extremists.
Red means that you still are susceptible or that you potentially have COVID-19. Green is that you have this immunity. And yellow is that you're in a quarantine state. This would be some...
Now he said, now in other cities, now granted, Wuhan, China is in China. China operates under communism, dictatorship, authoritarianism, ideology, and law, citizens that have to abide by that law. Here's a man in America telling us that in the city of Los Angeles, we should pattern ourselves after a city, listen to what he's saying, after a city that is controlled and ran by dictators of authoritarianism, of a communist regime that is requiring you to have a card of different colors to determine your level of infection and how much they will allow you to be exposed to the people of your livelihood.
Something that would allow more people to go to work, allow more people to go to school.
We can allow more people to go to work and school. So you're telling me, Eric Garcetti, that we're not going to be able to go to work or school unless we abide by this mark of the beast? Is that what you're really saying? The mark of the beast, that just like the Jews did with the gold star, with the Nazism, you're telling us now a pandemic that, according to the president, that we're trying to open up our communities, that you're making it to another level of layering, meaning that they are laying another level of government upon the people, and the people say nothing. Do you think white people are going to put up with this? You think white colonists are going to put up with this? Oh, they're already feuding in California. Let's keep it moving.
But my worry is that our success here in flattening the curve, while the best news is it saved lives, it also means most of us have not been exposed to the coronavirus and COVID-19. So we're going to also need more than just immunity passports to get some of us back to work, back to school. So he said, not only will you need an immunity passport, we're going to need more. Now, what is that more? Because what they're doing is layering government on government on government. You understand? That's socialism. Because you have President Trump saying, you're free to go back to work. Let's open up the city. Let's get back to normal.
but I passed the power to the governor. The governor is passing the power to the mayors, and the mayor Garcetti is making a statement that, oh, I'm going to limit you people on what you're able to do without this passport.
And back into spaces and places, because we can't wait for the entire year. We can't wait for 2 years. We're going to have to figure out tracking and tracing. We're going to have
that sounds familiar, right? Tracking and tracing. Oh, that's what y'all do to Black people.
More testing like this for who's infectious, because for the immunity passports, it's a different test.
Who's been hit COVID-19 the hardest? Who's been most affected? Oh, that's right, Black people.
It's a blood test, but these
blood
tests help us know if you're infectious right now. And we're going to need to be able to surveil really quickly the entire community. So knowing there's a hotspot in one neighborhood and potentially closing that off, keeping some people who are
Did I not say this 3 or 4 years ago that they're going to determine what communities are more affected than others? And now they're talking about shutting your community down. Oh, this is more of a hot spot. You want to stay away from these people. If that's not racism, I don't know what is. If that's not being biased or judgmental and determining that these tests are not federally regulated, but state regulated to determine the quality of people are in what communities and if you can come over.
Especially vulnerable, like our seniors and people with pre-existing health conditions, may be home longer. But it is definitely one of the arrows in our quiver, one that I hope that we can...
Arrows in our quiver. What the hell does that mean? That means this is something that we're going to target. This is part of our agenda, our quiver, what we are going to put in place. People in California are in trouble. They're in big trouble because, see, you elected these damn Democrat fools. Ain't nothing but Democrats. You know, shout out to Yvette Cornell, who believes in down ballot voting. She wants to keep you oppressed with this kind of treasonous act towards American people. You cannot do down ballot voting. That does not help us as a people. We're not stupid. We're not monkeys. We're not animals. We're people who have conscious communities and families, and we love our Black men, and we love our Black women. We love our people. We do these kind of videos. I do them because I want to wake people up. I don't get any money for this. This is not going to pay my bills to be thinking I'm going to be online telling people the propaganda that I see with some of these Black YouTubers. This is a down ballot vote person? Who the hell would vote for this man again? What makes him feel so comfortable and at ease to be a treasonous person towards he's anti-America? We're going to model ourselves after China. Is that the down ballot vote you people going to do?
And I hope in the next few days to share more news about our more formal process of how we're going to have those conversations about reopening the city with the county, neighboring cities as well, Southern California, in the weeks and months ahead. Thank you.
If this is the future of America and California, y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble, y'all in trouble, y'all in trouble. Because this troubling situation that you see right here, this is some bullshit right here. But you know what? It's going to be real. It's going to be 100. It's what's going to happen in California. Because if California goes in the rest of the country, maybe that might not hold true anymore. Because a lot of people have no respect for this state. And the more they look at this state, the more they think we are cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. If we're going to continue on looking like cuckoo for Cocoa Pops, what good is that? What good is that if we're going to continue to look like cuckoo for Cocoa Pops? So right now, Missouri is suing China, way over in China, over somewhere. I don't know which way I should take this globe. And then the word on the street is Alabama is next going to be suing. So let's say Missouri, Alabama, Arkansas, Mississippi, definitely Texas, New York should come on board. They probably won't. New York will not sue, even though New York was hit the hardest. I would be shocked if they did. And let me tell you why New York will not sue. Because New York is part of the propaganda of pandering to these people. New York is a liberal state. Blue state. California, blue state, and because of these blue states, and they're getting paid, they're caping, excuse me, we are dealing with what is going on. We as African-American people. And remember, these leaders govern our lives. They make decisions for our lives. And then we make decisions by dealing with the aftermath of these people in our communities and how they treat us. So I want to ask any one of you brothers and sisters on YouTube who are caping for these Asian communities. I ain't gonna say no names, but y'all know who I'm talking about. You keep kind of comparing them to white people. These people don't even think of you as humane. I'm talking about in 2020. I ain't talking about in the 1800s and the 1900s. Hell, white people wouldn't even put up with the shit that they do with these Asians today. So you gonna tell me in 2020 in America and in Africa, you black Negroes, blacks and Africans, are not gonna wake up and let these people make all this money off of you and look at you like a nigga and make all the money and do stuff to you like they've never done before. You tell me, how much caping are you gonna allow happen in your community? Because it ain't moving us forward. It is not helping us think outside the box. We just look more and more crazy, like this man right here, who sit back and did what he did.
To her. But for protesters, this woman could have gotten killed. They don't think he understands how serious his actions were.
When he was choking her, he was almost choking her to death.
As I looked into this story, the eyelashes that this guy is accusing this woman of stealing cost $3.99. So you mean to tell me you did
$3.99, which probably cost him 10 cents. Family, that probably cost him 10 cents. But guess what? Y'all like being choked. Y'all like this little Asian man. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, what I did, I don't know. I was hurt. I wasn't thinking. I feel so sorry. I'm going to do better. And then your wife is pulling her arm. And then where the hell the rest of the niggas? Weren't they in the store? Y'all should have been throwing all kind of stuff, just throwing stuff at them, calling everybody outside, running outside. Hey, these Asians are choking this black woman. Black people, come in here. Come in here. There's no united front. There's no, same thing when that man slapped that girl in the store. Y'all were like, oh, well, you know, it wasn't me. He should have not been, she shouldn't have been done that. She deserved to be treated. Why have we here to being so nonchalant about how they treat us? And then they allocate laws. Shout out to Pam, I am jamming for my moderation tonight, who's still on board so late in California. Thank you for staying up, sister. You know, listen to what she said. She said, that's a stop and frisk. How many of you guys know stop and frisk? 3 strikes, you're out. People don't want to get another strike. Man, if I interfere, I can get another strike. So I'm just going to let her choke her out. I'm going to let him choke her out. Y'all saw that video. He was choking her out.
You know what? Y'all can do it. I'm a female. Following a female. Are you serious?
Yes, I mean,
No, I did not.
you hit me.
Oh, you get the whole lot. Get the fuck off me.
Here at 3400 Wilson Boulevard. You have
Get the fuck off me.
going on here.
Get off me.
Your address is Misha. It's down at Wilson Boulevard. Wilson Boulevard.
I cannot believe.
One moment. One moment.
Get off me. I was not stealing.
You're stealing.
No, I was not. You took my purse. Get off. Get off.
You hit me.
She can't breathe. And he said, oh, you hit me. He kicked her. So my question to you is this. Yeah, I keep showing it over and over. I'm going to show it over and over till somebody wakes up to realize y'all need to be conscious that this is not going to end. This will not be the last allocation of issues in our community because we're not speaking up to this. We're allowing this and we don't have a voice on the table. And then they do the eugenics through Planned Parenthood. And y'all know I'm telling the real truth. This is some cape and this is some real situation going on. But if we're going to allow these people to choke our people and black men, when they finally speak up, y'all going to pander and you going to sit back and do nothing? Please get the thumbs up button and subscribe. It really makes a difference. Subscriptions make a world of difference. Subscription, if you ain't got no money, or you can subscribe and like this video. And if you're on Facebook, you can go on there as well. But I'm just trying to tell you the real truth. That's all I'm trying to do. Anyway, I thank you guys for tonight because YouTube and Facebook does not like the truth to be told, but somebody's got to show the real truth. God bless you. And let's keep in touch. Let's keep have a voice at the table. I'm so sick of what I'm seeing and nobody seems to care. Nobody seems to, we connect the dots. The dots were connected tonight for you for a reason. I connect these dots to make it clear for you. Now it's up to you what you do with this information. It's what to do, how you respond to this information. But if you know any celebrities, any athletes, anybody of high wealth, You need to ask them, what are you doing for Black people? And ask Black people with Black people, what can we do to stop this? Because these Koreans have moved and Asians have moved into our community, and what do we get? We get taken out by it. And now what you're gonna see is this. You're gonna see from state to state. I just showed you, I'm gonna show you one more time. You're gonna see the United States start suing China from state to state. And you know what, Black people, you should sit back, because they don't come up to us and start asking us, can you help us? Because we know you black, you understand? They discriminate against us. Well, why are they discriminating against you? Why are they discriminating against you? They discriminate against you because you have infected the United States of America. We're infected as a country. The world is infected. Everywhere is infected. Spain, Italy, Australia, everyone's infected. Germany, everyone's infected. Africa. And they don't get penalized. Y'all let these people choke you in the store. They don't get penalized. They hit your children. They shoot them in the back. And then you're supposed to pander and cape for these people? I'm sorry, not all, but most of these people, when they come here, they already have been programmed and thinking of you as unworthy and of any value and any substance. And until you start waking up, meaning Blacks and white Americans, to say, I'm going to look at you with that third eye in my head when I see you approach me. When you realize I am an American first, I'm not separating myself. I'm not segregating myself. I'm assimilating to the sense that I am an American person who have values and rights. And you won't come into this country and set up shop with your money and your Clinton set up money that has been set up through presidents, including President Trump now, of special rights given to these people and access to different departments of government. Shout out to this brother who made me a $5 donation. Thank you, Gregory Watts. You mean a lot to me, brother. I thank you for that. The results of raising entire generations affecting male people. This is affecting male people. Yeah, they don't want Black men to be alive. They incarcerate them. And they don't want Black women to birth children. And they don't want Black families. They don't want Black people together. They want to convolute the culture. They want you to get assimilated outside of that. And that is the problem. And until you guys wake up to see the checkers that they're playing with you, you need to learn chess. You need to learn backgammon. You need to learn Monopoly, because they are monopolizing, honey, throughout the United States of these America. All these states you see here, them people done plopped up. They done came into your southern states and they got their restaurants and they buying your markets and your stores. And then they don't want to, I don't understand what you do, they understand enough to come here and start a business. They understand enough to come here and ask you for your money. They come here enough to choke you out and treat you unhumane and like an authoritarian country person like they are. But applaud to all of you who support Democrats and liberals and progressives and what you've allowed to happen to this country. Because if you continue to vote the down ballot method, you ain't going to get down ballot treatment. Everyone deserves to be treated better. Every one of us. But we're dealing with the backlash of us not being responsible for us. And until we wake up to that, we are living in some kind of fantasy land that someone's going to save you. Because ain't nobody going to save you, Negro, because you ain't saving yourself. So if you wake up, the more you know, the more you grow. But the longer you sleep at the wheel, the more you stay dumb and slow and unaware to what has happened, you will not move forward. We as a nation of people have to know better. Because if we know better, we do better. Let me pull somebody in before I go. Hello, who is this? Who's coming in the room? Oh, she checked out. Okay, so before I guess I'm done because nobody came in and want to talk. But I thank you guys so much for your time and your energy. I'll come back on tomorrow if you want to revert back to this video and talk about these issues. But I have to ask you, are we able to work within the Asian community? Because they don't work well with us. They don't work well with us. And we don't work well with them because we allow them to do what we're doing. That's a problem in 2020. I ain't talking about back when the white people did to us. I'm talking about these people who even white people got a third eye on and ready to start massive lawsuits. And I just showed you that. So please share, like, please subscribe. And thank you so much for sharing my video. I love you guys. Thank you for staying up so late with me and enjoying my passion, because I do this because I'm really passionate about my people and the community. And I'm an American. I'm an African-American Negro whose parents are descendants of slaves. And many of you are watching and there's many white people who are descendants of slaves as well. So the true colonist foundational people should not put up with this rhetoric, because we built this country. We designed this country. And now we got all these foreign people coming in here, restructuring the order and the living factors in this country. And we should not put up with it. And there should be some embargo. And there should be some repercussions given to people who have infected us, and the anti-Americans who are living here trying to push eugenics and trying to push vaccinations on people. We should all say, oh, no, you go live in a communist regime, because all you're doing is trying to make money and create a pure blood mindset. Y'all better stay conscious and stay woke, because you could